Imagine standing under a sky full of stars, feeling the vastness of the universe. Ever wondered what your place in all of this is? Today, let's uncover the profound mysteries hidden in Psalm 8. How does this ancient text speak to us about our worth, our purpose, and the divine connection we often overlook? Stay with me, because in the next few moments, we're diving deep into a prayer that's as old as time but as relevant as your heartbeat. Ready to explore? Let's begin. Psalm 8 opens and closes with a powerful exclamation of God's majesty, declaring, "O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth." This serves as a reminder that God's greatness is not confined to one place or people but spans the entire globe. The psalmist is in awe of the sheer magnitude of God's presence and the way it permeates every aspect of creation. This opening line sets the tone for a reflection on the divine splendor that is both universal and deeply personal. The grandeur of God's majesty is further illustrated through the imagery of creation. The heavens, described as the work of God's fingers, serve as a canvas showcasing His immense power and creativity. The moon and the stars, meticulously placed in the sky, are not just celestial bodies but testimonies to God's intricate design and control over the universe. By contemplating these wonders, the psalmist invites us to recognize the divine craftsmanship that surrounds us daily, often unnoticed. This exaltation is not just about acknowledging God's power but also about expressing reverence and awe. The repetition of the proclamation at the beginning and end of the psalm encapsulates the central theme: God's name is majestic throughout the earth. It is a call to worship, to lift our eyes from our immediate concerns and see the broader, magnificent picture of God's creation. This perspective helps us to cultivate a spirit of humility and gratitude, recognizing our place in the grand scheme of God's majestic world. Before we dive into today's content, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you enjoy our videos and want to see more exciting content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. It's the best way to support us and stay updated on all the new meditations and videos we share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for being part of our community, and now, enjoy the video. In Psalm 8, the psalmist marvels at the creation, seeing it as a reflection of God's grandeur. The heavens, the moon, and the stars are all works of God's hands, each element placed with purpose and precision. The vastness of the night sky, dotted with countless stars, speaks volumes about the infinite nature of God's power and wisdom. This cosmic display is not just a backdrop for human existence but a testament to the Creator's unparalleled authority and artistic genius. The psalmist's contemplation of the night sky leads to a profound realization of God's intimate involvement in the universe. Every celestial body, from the largest star to the smallest speck of dust, is part of God's grand design. This realization evokes a sense of wonder and amazement, prompting the psalmist to recognize that the natural world is a mirror reflecting God's glory. The creation itself becomes a form of silent praise, pointing back to its Creator with every twinkling star and glowing moonbeam. This reflection on creation encourages us to adopt a posture of reverence and awe in our daily lives. By acknowledging the divine fingerprints in the natural world, we are reminded of God's constant presence and care. The beauty and order of creation serve as a continual reminder of God's greatness, inviting us to join in the chorus of praise that the universe sings. It challenges us to look beyond the mundane and see the divine in the everyday, fostering a deeper connection with the Creator through His magnificent creation. Psalm 8 also delves into the paradoxical nature of human existence, highlighting both our humility and dignity. The psalmist ponders, "What is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you care for him?" This question underscores the wonder of God's attention to humanity, despite our seemingly insignificant place in the vast expanse of the universe. It is a humbling thought that the Creator of the cosmos is mindful of us, mere specks in the grand scheme of things. Yet, alongside this humility, the psalmist recognizes the dignity bestowed upon humanity by God. "You have made him a little lower than the heavenly beings and crowned him with glory and honor." This statement reflects the unique position humans hold in creation, endowed with a special status that elevates us above other creatures. Despite our smallness, we are crowned with glory and honor, a testament to God's gracious love and the intrinsic value He places on each human life. This duality of humility and dignity calls us to live with a balanced perspective. On one hand, we are reminded of our limitations and the vastness of God's creation, fostering a sense of humility and dependence on the Creator. On the other hand, we are encouraged to embrace the dignity and worth that God has given us, recognizing our role and responsibility in His grand design. This balance helps us to navigate life with a sense of purpose and reverence, knowing that we are both humble servants and honored stewards of God's creation. By contemplating these aspects of Psalm 8, we are invited to a deeper understanding of our relationship with God and the world around us. The exaltation of God's majesty, the reflection on creation, and the acknowledgement of human humility and dignity all contribute to a rich tapestry of worship and devotion. Through these reflections, we are drawn closer to the heart of God, finding our place in His magnificent creation and responding with awe, gratitude, and a renewed sense of purpose. Psalm 8 doesn't just stop at the awe and wonder of God's creation and our place within it, it goes further to discuss the authority and responsibility bestowed upon humanity. The psalmist notes that humans are made a little lower than the heavenly beings, and are given dominion over the works of God's hands. This dominion is not about exploitation but stewardship. We are placed in a position of authority to care for and govern the earth responsibly. This idea of stewardship is deeply embedded in the biblical narrative. From the Garden of Eden, where Adam is tasked with naming the animals and tending to the garden, to the teachings of Jesus about caring for the least of these, the Bible consistently emphasizes the responsible management of God's creation. Psalm 8 echoes this theme, reminding us that our role is to govern with wisdom and compassion, reflecting God's care and order. In today's world, this message is more relevant than ever. Environmental issues, climate change, and the exploitation of natural resources are pressing concerns. Psalm 8 calls us back to our original mandate, to exercise dominion in a way that honors God and sustains His creation. It challenges us to make choices that reflect our responsibility, whether in our personal lives, communities, or global policies. This stewardship is an act of worship, recognizing that the earth is the Lord's and we are its caretakers. One cannot read Psalm 8 without feeling a sense of wonder and gratitude. The psalmist's reflections on the night sky, the moon, and the stars, lead to a profound appreciation for God's creation. This sense of wonder is something we often lose in the hustle and bustle of daily life, but Psalm 8 calls us to pause and reflect on the beauty and intricacy of the world around us. Gratitude flows naturally from this sense of wonder. When we recognize the greatness of God's creation and His mindful care for humanity, our hearts are filled with thankfulness. This gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion but a deep-seated acknowledgement of God's goodness and provision. It shapes our attitudes and actions, leading us to live with greater appreciation and generosity. In the context of a devotional prayer, this wonder and gratitude become expressions of praise. We thank God for His majestic creation, for His care and attention to our lives, and for the honor and responsibility He has given us. This gratitude transforms our perspective, helping us to see the blessings in our lives and the beauty in the world around us. It reminds us that every good and perfect gift comes from above, from the Father of lights. A significant part of Psalm 8 is its call to praise and worship. The psalmist begins and ends with a declaration of God's majesty, inviting us to join in this chorus of praise. Worship is a natural response to the recognition of God's greatness and our place in His creation. It is an acknowledgement of His sovereignty, His power, and His love. Praise and worship are not confined to a particular time or place but are woven into the fabric of our daily lives. They are expressed in our words, our actions, and our attitudes. Psalm 8 encourages us to see all of life as an act of worship, offering our lives as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. In a devotional context, this praise and worship are vital. They help us to align our hearts with God's heart, to lift our eyes from our circumstances to the one who holds the universe in his hands. They draw us closer to God, deepening our relationship with him and transforming us into his likeness. Worship is not just about singing songs or saying prayers, it is about living a life that honors God in every aspect. Psalm 8 also prompts deep theological reflection. It explores profound themes such as the Imago Dei, the image of God, and the unique role of humanity in God's plan. The psalmist's contemplation of human dignity and responsibility leads us to consider what it means to be made in God's image and to live as his representatives on earth. The concept of Imago Dei is foundational to our understanding of human identity and purpose. It affirms that every person is created with intrinsic value and worth, reflecting the image of their Creator. This understanding shapes how we view ourselves and others, promoting respect, dignity, and love. Furthermore, Psalm 8's emphasis on human responsibility challenges us to reflect on our role in God's creation. We are not passive observers but active participants in God's redemptive plan. This involves caring for the earth, promoting justice, and living out the values of God's kingdom in our daily lives. It is a call to live with purpose and intentionality, knowing that our lives have significance in God's grand narrative. As we piece together these reflections from Psalm 8, we find a rich tapestry of themes that invite us into a deeper relationship with God. The exaltation of His majesty draws us into worship and awe. The reflection on creation reminds us of His power and creativity. The acknowledgement of human humility and dignity calls us to live with a balanced perspective. The responsibility and authority given to us challenge us to steward the earth wisely. The wonder and gratitude evoke a heart of thankfulness. The call to praise and worship aligns our lives with God's purposes. Finally, the theological reflections deepen our understanding of our identity and role in God's plan. In a devotional prayer based on Psalm 8, these themes come together to create a holistic expression of faith. We begin with worship, acknowledging God's majesty and greatness. We reflect on His creation, marveling at His power and wisdom. We recognize our place in the universe, both humble and honored. We commit to our responsibility as stewards of the earth. We express gratitude for God's care and provision. We offer our lives in praise and worship. And we reflect on our identity and purpose, seeking to live in a way that honors God. This integrated approach to devotional prayer helps us to grow in our faith and deepen our relationship with God. It moves us beyond rote prayers and into a dynamic, living conversation with our Creator. It shapes our hearts and minds, transforming us into the people God has called us to be. And it connects us with the broader community of faith, as we join with believers throughout history and around the world in praising and serving our majestic God. So, as you reflect on Psalm 8 in your devotional time, let these themes guide your prayers and meditations. Allow the majesty of God's creation to draw you into worship. Let the recognition of your place in the universe foster humility and gratitude. Embrace your responsibility as a steward of the earth, and seek to live in a way that honors God. In doing so, you will find yourself drawn closer to the heart of God, experiencing the fullness of His grace and love in every aspect of your life. As we reflect on the powerful words of Psalm 8, let's take a moment to let its message sink deep into our hearts. What is man that you are mindful of him, the Son of Man that you care for him? This profound question reminds us of the incredible value God places on each of us. Imagine that, the Creator of the universe, who set the stars in the sky and the moon in its place, is mindful of you. How does that make you feel? Have you ever paused to consider your own significance in God's grand design? It's humbling, isn't it? Yet, it's also empowering. We are crowned with glory and honor, given dominion over the works of His hands. This isn't just a poetic notion, it's a call to action. How are you using your God-given authority to make a positive impact in the world around you? Take a moment to think about the last time you felt truly in awe of God's creation. Was it a breathtaking sunset? The gentle rustle of leaves in the wind? The innocent laughter of a child? These moments are reminders of God's omnipresence and His intricate design in every aspect of our lives. Now, let's bring this closer to home. How often do you take time to marvel at the little miracles in your own life? The answered prayers, the unexpected blessings, the quiet moments of peace. These are all reflections of God's care and love for you. What are some of the ways you've seen His hand at work in your daily life? As we wrap up, I encourage you to carry the essence of Psalm 8 with you throughout your day. Let its words inspire you to look at the world with a renewed sense of wonder and gratitude. Consider keeping a journal of the little moments that remind you of God's greatness. How might this practice deepen your faith and enrich your spiritual journey? Before we part, let's ponder this. In what ways can you reflect God's glory in your own life today? How can you be a living testament to His love and majesty? Thank you for joining us on Divine Refuge. Until next time, may you continue to find peace and inspiration in your devotional journey. Keep seeking, keep praying, and keep discovering the divine refuge that is always with you.